This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
New at 11 tonight, a warning about who you hire to do work on your home.
The Attorney General says you should never pay someone up front for an entire project. That's what several people across Indianapolis learned the hard way.
They all took to social media to complain about the same contractor. Only RTV6's Graham Hunter is talking to that contractor to get his side of the story.
I was looking for someone to take my brick fireplace and tile it, kind of modernize it.
Daniel Fox found a post on social media.
I had seen that Jonathan Kirby had posted on Nextdoor that he was a licensed plumber but could do other odd jobs.
Kirby came with positive reviews. So Fox got a quote and says he gave Kirby money to get started.
He asked for some money up front. I wrote him a check, which he cashed that night.
Kirby showed up and started to tear the brick out of the fireplace. Fox says Kirby told him the frame would need to be replaced as well.
That's when the excuses started.
A week went by and Fox was still waiting for Kirby to return and finish.
He said he would arrive the next evening, at which point he completely ceased communication. I never heard from him again.
How much money did you give to Mr. Kirby?
Almost $500.
For more than a week, I traded emails with Kirby, and finally I got him on the phone Monday night. I asked him about his work on the fireplace.
Tell me what happened and where his money went.
We were getting everything done.
Kirby tells me the price for materials was higher than he anticipated and that he ended up spending some of the money on a phone bill.
I had to pay the bill. I didn't have the money for the material, and instead of calling him back, I just ignored the situation. But I came in and just didn't finish the job.
Kirby tells me he's been battling addiction and used some of the money on something else.
You did use some of the money to buy alcohol?
Yeah.
Kirby says he was falling behind on bills and using each job to try and catch up on previous bills.
It was going to be a kind of rob Peter to pay Paul type deal.
But says he wants to pay people back.
I want to make this right because this is not who I am.
What is your strategy to do that, to make this right?
Even if it's something of $50 a week to pay to one person and then $50 to another.
Kirby tells me he's made mistakes, then he's tarnished his family name and has one final message.
I want to apologize to everyone for everything that's been going on, for everything that they had to go through.
Reporting in Indianapolis, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
And the Indiana Attorney General says for any job you hire out, you should always get a detailed contract that includes the price of the job, a payment schedule, a detailed description of the work and the materials, and estimated start and completion dates. You can find all of this advice at theindychannel.com. And if you have a problem and need help getting answers, reach out to us at workingforyou@RTV6.com.
Now to the forecast tonight. We are watching temperatures and radar. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joining us now with the forecast.
And we are dry and cool at this hour. Temperature is 50 in Indy, 46 in Peru. We'll all be in the 40s in the morning. We're dry overnight, and then the showers arrive. Let me just show you some of the big temperature swings that are on the way. Mid-40s tomorrow morning. Friday afternoon, 88 degrees for Carb Day. 6:26 is sunrise. We won't see much of that, though. Lots of clouds around. Scattered showers. The chance for rain is around the next several days with the humidity climbing. Just to show you, first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. Isolated showers mid-morning, Terre Haute to just west of Indy, up to Peru, the most likely area for showers, and a few linger early afternoon. We'll finish that timeline and talk about what comes with the heat later in the week coming up.
RTV6 is getting answers for drivers forced to drive over extra bumpy railroad tracks. Myron Freeman says tracks on Emerson Avenue near downtown Beech Grove are riddled with potholes and have been deteriorating for years. He says many cars end up damaged, and sometimes drivers make dangerous swerves. Myron says he's tried contacting CSX and local leaders to get this problem fixed.
Beech Grove Mayor, City Mayor of Indianapolis, all of them said it was somebody else's jurisdiction. Everybody wants to point to somebody else to get it done, and it's not going anywhere. And I'm not blaming CSX, but just watch the people going across these tracks.
Railroad companies themselves own the actual crossing along a road and a few feet on either side of the tracks. They are responsible for fixing things like potholes or uneven surfaces. RTV6 reached out to CSX on Myron's behalf. The company released a statement saying, quote, "Thank you for bringing concerns about the South Emerson Avenue crossing to CSX's attention. We are looking into the matter to determine what repairs are necessary," end quote. And RTV6 will continue to follow up with the company on this issue. CSX also says if you have a concern about safeties at crossings, contact them at csx.com/tellcsx. And interstate construction is headed to the northeast side. Crews will patch and repave segments of I-465 and I-69 from US 31 all the way down to I-70. Work is scheduled to start next week, so prepare for lane closures. It is scheduled to go through October.
As construction crews work in full force on the Red Line, which is set to open this summer, Indigo is preparing for the Blue Line. The 24-mile route will run east to west along Washington Street from Cumberland West to Indianapolis International Airport. Tonight, Indigo hosted a meeting to discuss the project, giving updates and answering questions.
There are inherently some changes that happen to the roadway and changes to traffic patterns, but overall the support for the project is pretty great, and it'll be a major enhancement to the rider's experience and opportunity to better connect to the airport and jobs that are especially out west in Plainfield.
The Blue Line will replace local service on Route 8. Right now it's still in the planning and design stages.
As Indigo adds more routes, it's also adding jobs, and that means the company is hiring Hoosiers, specifically drivers. The requirements include a GED or high school diploma, plus a clean background check and drug screen. Indigo helps with qualifications for a commercial driver's license or CDL. They also offer paid training. Salaries range from $19 to almost $24 an hour. For more info, go to hiringhoosiers.com. If you've ever been arrested or served jail time, that does not mean you cannot get hired. A job fair tomorrow caters specifically to people in those situations. Organizers say it's an opportunity to make a personal connection.
You can go to this job fair, and also be confident in understanding that you are representing yourself, not the paper application.
The NAACP job fair runs from noon to 3 p.m. tomorrow at the Painters Union Building at 6501 Massachusetts Avenue. Anyone is welcome to attend. Organizers say all potential employers are supportive of the mission to get formerly incarcerated people into the workforce.
Job candidates or employees who test positive for drugs or alcohol could get a second chance under new state guidelines. The employer guidelines are part of a second chance system that include employee education, training for companies, and helping workers who have substance abuse issues. Mike Thibodeau is the director of Indiana Workforce Recovery and is in long-term recovery himself. He credits a former employer for working with him as he went through detox and treatment 4 years ago.
That support and the ability to retain gainful employment throughout my recovery had an immeasurable impact on the stability of that recovery.
Supporters say those systems can actually save companies money. It usually costs less to help an employee through a substance abuse disorder than to fire and replace them. A well-known name in racing is facing legal trouble. Unser Jr. is accused of driving while intoxicated. Police arrested the two-time Indianapolis 500 winner in Avon early this morning. Deputies say Unser Jr. stumbled and fell down an embankment when officers were giving him commands, and he refused field sobriety tests.
Purdue superfan Tyler Trent continues to raise money and awareness for cancer research now 4 months after he died. His book, The Upset, goes on sale tomorrow. A portion of each purchase made on TylerTrentBook.com will be donated to cancer research and support for families. The book is also available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Riley Hospital gift shops. Tyler died in January at the age of 20 after battling cancer.
New at 11, an educator who teaches immigrant and refugee students has been named the best of the best.
Teacher of the Year from the newcomer program is Mr.
Ethan Hoffman is the IPS Teacher of the Year. He teaches 9th grade math at Newcomer Program. The school serves students who are new to the United States, including some who have never attended school.
Teaching math is different because some of the most basic instructions can be complicated when it's in a new language. So really just learning to support all my students through visuals and with patience has been the key.
Hoffman has taught at the Newcomer Program for 3 years. He will hold the Teacher of the Year title during the 2019-2020 school year.
I replaced a TV, a microwave, and the dehumidifier, so I'm out about $1,000.
You know, storms can damage the outside of your home, but they can also destroy items inside your home. Next, how your refrigerator, dishwasher, and other appliances could be at risk and how you can protect them.
And then severe weather continues to threaten millions of people across the southern plains after the National Weather Service issued warnings about large and extremely dangerous tornadoes.
And summer warmth, July-like warmth headed our way. We'll talk about the thunderstorm chances and what else arrives.
That's why the bananas look so good at Meijer.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Welcome back. Some people in central Indiana still do not have power tonight after last week's storms. Heavy rain, wind, and lightning can cause power outages and also power surges, which can destroy high-priced items in your home. Consumer reporter John Matarese explains so you don't waste your money.
Do you have high-tech stainless steel appliances, maybe a dishwasher and a fridge with lots of bells and whistles? If so, a warning. A simple power surge in a storm could fry them, costing you thousands of dollars. It was the first spring storm of 2019. The wind got stronger and suddenly
it was a popping, almost like a flash of lightning inside the house, and the lights popped off.
A power surge tripped Mike Vorher's circuit breakers, but they didn't trip quick enough.
Well, when I opened the door, the lights didn't come on.
Vorher's $1,500 fridge was fried. At neighbor Steve Smith's home, meantime, light bulbs started popping.
Actually, I heard glass shatter, and it was our chandelier in our dining room.
Now, luckily, Steve says his computers were on power strip surge protectors, so they were okay. But it turns out he had a number of appliances that had no power strip, and therefore, they didn't survive.
I replaced a TV, a microwave, and the dehumidifier, so I'm out about $1,000.
Up and down the street were reports of dead appliances, dehumidifiers, and TVs.
We had 3 people lose dishwashers. We had 1 person lose a jacuzzi motor on their jacuzzi tub. 4 people had to get electricians in to check problems with the system.
But when they all tried to file claims, they were denied.
Because it was what we would call an act of Mother Nature, that's something that we can't really protect or control.
Spokeswoman Sally Thalen says power companies cannot reimburse for storm losses. She says that's why it's so important to have surge protectors on anything with a computer board.
You can get things from big box stores like Home Depot and Lowe's to looking on Amazon. There's a number of things out there.
Really good surge protector is going to have a voltage let through of about 330. And that means it's only going to let 330 volts of that surge through.
For less than $200, you can purchase a whole house surge protector, though they must be installed by a licensed electrician. Or just put surge strips on everything, which is what Steve and Mike are doing now.
I have surge protectors on my TVs and my computers, my electronics, but never really even crossed my mind to put them on my appliances.
Most utility companies will now provide a whole house surge protector for a one-time or monthly fee. Call the number on your bill to learn more so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese for RTV6.
And now caught on camera, a tornado forming in Oklahoma. At least 9 tornadoes have been reported in Oklahoma and Texas. At this hour, there are no reports of major injuries, but the threat is not over. And officials say more than 50 million people are at risk of other severe weather, including dangerous winds, large hail, and flash flooding. And right now we bring in Kevin Gregory with putting this in perspective for us.
Yeah, I'll show you here. There's kind of 2 things going on. There are up to 17 different reports now of tornadoes. At one point, 1 thunderstorm produced twin tornadoes. There's your tornado watch in Texas and Oklahoma. You've got that violent line of storms there, and then back here, Denver, 32 degrees with snow. That's still the battle, the seasonal battle as we get ready to transition from spring to summer. For us, temperatures up and away. Not tomorrow, still below average. Wednesday, you feel a little warmth. Thursday, it's the humidity that joins in with the warm up. Friday, 88 degrees, and as we move into Memorial Day weekend, temperatures stay in the mid-80s. Rain chances will be around this week, never overwhelming. Tomorrow, best chance through the first half of the day. Wednesday and Thursday with that humidity climbing and the warmer air returning. 40% chance for thunderstorms right now. Dry on Carb Day at the track and a chance for thunderstorms over the weekend. Let's call it very muggy, working our way up the scale on the humidity. When the dew point temperature gets to the mid-60s, that's when it's uncomfortable. That's when you really notice it. And you can see dew point temperatures will be in the upper 60s on the Thursday, and still be quite muggy on Friday. All right, back to some comfortable temperatures. Right now, you step outside and we're around the 50-degree mark. We'll be in the mid-40s tomorrow morning, 44 in Lafayette, 43 in Peru. Temperatures slow to change, but again, you may need the umbrella first half of the day. There are the shower chances a little higher in western Indiana, Terre Haute to nearly Indy to Peru at 10 a.m. and some fading showers early afternoon. Still a few lingering in northeast portions of the state tomorrow evening. As warm as 70 in Bloomington, Terre Haute just above that. Otherwise, to the northeast, struggle in the mid-60s. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, the storms that are off to the west tonight, there may be a few strong to severe storms, a lower marginal risk of that. Tomorrow night into Wednesday, I stopped this about 4 a.m. right along the Wabash River, anywhere from Terre Haute toward Lafayette, a couple isolated strong to severe storms. We wake up to a couple of thunderstorms on Wednesday. That's confined pretty much to the morning. In the afternoon, we make our move on 80 degrees, battle the cloud cover, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. There's the decreasing clouds in the afternoon. As we get to Wednesday afternoon to the south, temperatures nearly the mid-80s. Out at the Motor Speedway on Carb Day, check the progression of temperatures already. 1 o'clock, 86 degrees. Afternoon readings climb into the upper 80s, and then into the weekend we roll. Cool it down a little bit, 85, both Saturday and Sunday, a 30 to 40% chance for thunderstorms. Here's your 7-day planner. Temperatures that are in the mid-40s tomorrow morning when you wake up will be as warm as nearly 70 degrees Saturday morning. So overnight lows, afternoon highs, both warming.
Kevin, thank you. Hey, May is a big month for Indianapolis and for RTV6. On the 30th, we're celebrating 70 years of broadcasting across central Indiana and into your home. And our first day on the air back in 1949, back when WRTV was WFBM, we aired live coverage of the 33rd running of the Indianapolis 500.
And this year's race will be the first in decades without Father Glenn O'Connor. The Catholic chaplain for IndyCar Ministry died on March 15th. Father Glenn was involved with IndyCar for more than 30 years. And in tonight's story from the RTV6 archives, we're taking you to 1988 when former RTV6 reporter Linda Lupier went to find out how Father Glenn fit in with his racing team.
In memory of his death and resurrection, we offer you, Father, this life-giving bread.
11 months of the year, Father Glenn O'Connor is the pastor of St. Philip Neri Catholic Church. He tends the spiritual needs of his flock, is at home in the echoing stillness of the church. He worships in a different church where speed is God. That's God with a small g. But even here, cleanliness is next to godliness. Father Glenn is known as a willing worker and a valuable extra hand. In the 11 years he's been with the team, he's been assigned a variety of tasks.
He is a jack of all trades on our team. I think that I just get confidence when he comes in.
He gives advice to a crew member with the wife anxious to leave the hospital.
She wouldn't check herself out, would she? I speak real well, and I check myself out. I'm Methodist myself. I said, we're keeping here 2 more days for a test, and I said, hey, I got a new one for you. You call me in the morning.
Father Glenn has worked with the Caples team for 12 years. Driver Howdy Holmes is a newcomer this year and worried at first about racetrack language.
When I uttered one of those 4-letter words, I all of a sudden felt this wave of guilt come over that. I think I'll get over that and keep using the 4-letter words. The heck with it.
Somehow, I don't think you have to worry about a priest whose card reads, working to beat hell.
He is the easiest person to have around. He's one of us. He just happens to wear a different uniform in the workplace.
Father says he's in sales, not management, and his connections don't guarantee success.
We got the same obstacles everybody else does. We just try our best.
After his death, IMS said Father Glenn's, quote, passion for auto racing, especially his beloved Indianapolis 500 in the month of May, made him a legendary and revered figure across the paddock.
Well, now let's go to the Speedway where race week is underway. Today was one of the busiest days on the track.
And I'm Dave Furst. Coming up, we're taking you a spot where few people have ever gone before. Well, okay, 33 have gone before. We're hanging with the spotters at Turn 1 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Coming up here at RTV6.
IndyZoo.com.
Rising
sunshine this morning. Not much time to celebrate if you're on the front row. Fresh off yesterday's qualifying, this is the way. They'll come charging down to turn 1 Sunday afternoon. Simon Pagino on the pole with Ed Carpenter and Spencer Piggott right there. Good evening to you. It's been really one of the more fascinating practices for years now. The Monday after qualifying, you have the 33 cars, race engines installed, and 2 hours to get a good feel for things. That includes our driver analyst, Tony Kanaan, who practiced in both his car and his teammate's car, Matthias Lace's car. 2 for 1 for TK, but that was only part of the story. Less than an hour into practice, he's approaching Oriole Survey. He's way off the throttle, has to really check up to avoid him. So at 230 miles an hour, what do? You give him a little gesture. He explained it afterwards.
I don't know what we was thinking. I mean, I'm coming up. We have the courtesy of you're leaving the pits. Somebody's coming up to speed. You don't drag the person into turn 3. And I had to brake and downshift 3 gears. And obviously, he needs to rely on the spotter too. So I can't. I don't know. I'll talk.
Sure, but I mean, that's a sign of what traffic can be like out here, especially when you got all 33 out there at the same
100%.
time.
It's not pleasant.
No, it's not pleasant. And this isn't a big deal after qualifying, but here you go anyway from today. Quick 6 and, pole sitter Simon Pagino leading the way. Well, meanwhile, it was a busy day for the spotters. These are the guys in turns 1 and 3 who are constantly on their team's radios, letting the driver know about traffic behind, on front, and really all around him. Brad Brown and myself call them the unsung group, and they didn't mind another ice cream break.
Here we go. This has kind of become a tradition now on this Monday after qualifying. We're heading out to turn number 1 to meet and greet some of the hardest working guys here at the Speedway each and every year. The spotters sit high above the pit house and call the action for all the drivers. Oh yeah, we've got ice cream for them. Brad, take a look at this. What do you think? They gonna go for this? Huh? Keep going up. Keep going up.
Who wants some ice cream, boys?
I'm worried because it's like 30 degrees up here.
I should have brought coffee or hot chocolate. Ice cream?
Yeah.
You know you want to. How's Ed doing, all right?
Ed's doing great. He's focused.
He's focused?
Oh, absolutely. He's been waiting all year.
It's only Monday.
I know, but he's been waiting all year for this.
Get this before we go green again. Here you go.
Thanks, Steve.
Enjoy.
Here's the plan, though. Don't tell any of the guys in turn 3 because I didn't bring enough again this year, okay?
Yeah, we won't do that at all.
Excellent.
Man, this place is packed up here, too. Wait a minute. Oh, we found an empty spot and an empty chair. Oh, how about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of my favorites. Former Indy 500 champion Buddy Rice. Anybody else low sugar?
This is perfect.
Ice cream?
Thank you, sir.
You want one?
Yes, ice cream. Look, they're clapping over here.
That's right.
The Schmidt-Peterson guys are clapping.
Sorry, I had to do that. That's turn 3.
Turn 3 over there.
Way over there. They have
No laughing. They're going to. You're mocking turn 3. Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an all-star up here. The legendary Bob Jeffrey. How many championships with Tony Stewart? Between you two?
Just one Stuart Haas, and then I had mine with Dale Jarrett.
He's got Dale Jarrett.
I've been around a little. I'm old.
He's old. Look at him. No, you're not.
All right, boys. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Have a great race day. There it is. The 2019 version of the ice cream run up to turn 1. Now, the countdown to the Indy 500 can begin.
A lot of fun to hang with those guys. Once again, next year we promise we'll get to turn 3. Another Trackside 6 special coming this Thursday. Will Power, Marco Andretti, Roger Penske, and more. Look forward to that. The News at 11 continues after this.
At Ross, yes for less.
Okay, 68 tomorrow, scattered showers, and then you take the 8 and put it in front of the 6 by Thursday. 86, 40% chance of thunderstorm. Pretty cool how that happens, right?
Jumping right into summer. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.